When the Berlitz T100 debuted at the Paris Motor Show in 1957, it was so massive that organizers had to construct a special pavilion. The truck simply couldn't fit inside the main hall. At 103 tons, this French-built colossus was designed for the harshest jobs imaginable, from hauling heavy equipment across the Sahara Desert to serving at remote uranium mining sites. Powering the T100 was a monstrous 29.6-liter Cummins V12 engine capable of producing up to 700 horsepower. But handling such a beast wasn't easy. Steering alone was so demanding that engineers added a separate Panhard motor just to control the steering system. This was a truck that didn't just move cargo, it wrestled with the environment itself. In 1962, engineers experimented by fitting one T100 with a gas turbine engine, but the idea was quickly abandoned after fuel consumption proved wildly impractical. In the end, only 4 units were ever built, making the T100 a true rarity. Today, one survives in a French museum, standing as a monument to audacious engineering and industrial ambition. The name Foolish Pleasure might sound playful, but this truck is pure power wrapped in style. At first glance, it looks like a spotless Kenworth W900, shining in a clean white finish. But beneath that polished exterior lies a monster built to thrill and terrify. Under the hood is a Caterpillar 3406E engine, tuned for performance and capable of unleashing astonishing power. In standard mode, Foolish Pleasure produces a respectable 700 horsepower, already enough to make most rigs seem tame. But switch it into race mode, and the engine transforms into a fire-breathing beast. Dynos struggle to measure the surge of power as tires scream, exhaust stacks erupt with fire and smoke, and the crowd erupts in cheers. This truck isn't built for hauling freight. Its true stage is the drag strip, where it competes in uphill races across the United States, both with and without a trailer. Everywhere it goes, it leaves fans awestruck, and perhaps gives a few environmentalists something to frown about. For its fans, though, Foolish Pleasure is the definition of diesel-fueled excitement. Meet Big Pete, the heavyweight champion of the monster truck world. Tipping the scales at a massive 7.5 tons, it's nearly twice as heavy as most of its rivals. Measuring 5.5 meters long and 4 meters wide, this mechanical giant is closer in size to a small house than a typical truck. Built on the frame of a Peterbilt 359, Big Pete holds the distinction of being the world's first semi-truck monster truck, even featuring a detachable trailer for added spectacle. Under its aluminum hood sits a 7.4-liter Chevrolet V8 engine, but the real marvel lies in its military-grade transmission, capable of driving 4 separate axles. Unlike most modern monster trucks, Big Pete still uses leaf spring suspension, though its extreme weight requires the springs to be replaced twice a year. When Big Pete enters the arena, its sheer mass makes the earth tremble. As it crushes cars and launches into jumps, fans often joke that it isn't just a truck, it's a mobile seismic event that leaves crowds both shaken and amazed. When an oil tycoon builds an off-roader, you can be sure it won't be ordinary. Enter the Dabian, a monstrous 10-wheeled machine that looks more like a rolling fortress than a vehicle. Created by Sheikh Hamad bin Hamdan Al Nahyan, famously known as the Rainbow Sheikh and the world's biggest car collector, this off-road giant began as a military-grade Oshkosh truck. To it, he added a Jeep Wrangler cabin, creating what is arguably the most outrageous off-roader ever built. Weighing a colossal 24 tons, the Dabian is powered by a 15.2-liter Caterpillar diesel engine producing 600 horsepower, an engine type normally reserved for bulldozers. Despite its bulk, it glides over desert sands with ease, turning heads and drawing cameras wherever it goes. Sure, critics mention poor visibility and questionable practicality, but practicality isn't the point. For the Rainbow Sheikh, vehicles like the Dabian are proof that every wild automotive dream can be brought to life. When Swedish tuning legend Sven-Erik Svempa Bergendahl set out to build a truck of the future, he created something that stunned both engineers and fans alike. The result was Chimera, a machine that isn't just a showpiece but a high-performance powerhouse. This futuristic truck can rocket from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.6 seconds, putting it in direct competition with some of the world's most respected sports cars. At the heart of Chimera lies a Scania V8 engine, fitted with 6 turbochargers to unleash a staggering 1,460 horsepower. The engine itself looks like a chrome-plated space reactor, so meticulously designed and polished that it feels almost criminal to keep it hidden beneath the hood. Many would argue it belongs in a museum as much as on the racetrack. Chimera made its track debut with Teresa Wendell behind the wheel, one of the few female test drivers in the heavy truck world. Her presence behind the controls added yet another unique touch to a build already overflowing with innovation and imagination. At the edge of the runway, a machine roars to life, spitting fire and shaking the ground. This is Shockwave, a heavily modified Peterbilt 359 unlike anything else on wheels. Fitted with 3 Westinghouse jet engines, it's not a plane, not a race car, but a semi-truck capable of hitting 605 km per hour, 376 miles per hour. With an astonishing 36,000 horsepower, Shockwave's only real competition was aerodynamics itself. It could cover 402 meters in just 6.63 seconds, setting a speed record that still stands today. Watching it blast down the strip, outpacing even light aircraft, was nothing short of surreal. In 2022, tragedy struck when driver Chris Darnell lost his life in an accident, but the legend of Shockwave continues. Its successor, the Super Shockwave, built from a 1957 Chevy, now carries the torch, reminding us that the only limits to speed and innovation are the ones we set in our own minds. The Wicked Intent Semi doesn't just travel down the road, it makes an entrance worthy of a movie scene. With its dark paint, menacing spikes, heavy chains, gothic accents, and massive mud flaps, this custom-built truck looks like it rolled straight out of a Mad Max film. Every detail, from the tinted windows to the sharp design elements, projects raw attitude and dominance. But this beast isn't only about appearances. Beneath the sinister exterior lies a finely tuned engine that delivers both power and precision, growling with anticipation every time it fires up. When Wicked Intent prowls through Philadelphia, it turns highways into stages and commands attention at every corner. This machine is more than just transportation, it's a moving work of art, blending performance, style, and imagination into one unforgettable ride. The Wicked Intent Semi isn't built to blend in, it's built to stop traffic and leave a lasting impression. The roar of engines, the smell of burning rubber, and a crowd on fire with excitement, Bullett's burnout at Brashernitz 2021 was nothing short of legendary. This monster machine took to the pad and instantly had fans on the edge of their seats. With unbelievable precision and raw horsepower, Bullett tore through the burnout pit, filling the sky with thick smoke and leaving tire marks that told a story of pure adrenaline. What sets Bullett apart is not just its insane power, but the way it handles the chaos with control. Every rev, every spin, and every second of smoke showed why this beast is a true icon in the burnout world. The energy was electric, the atmosphere was unmatched, and the performance proved why Brashernitz continues to be one of the wildest automotive events around. For fans of high-octane action, this isn't just a burnout, it's a reminder of what passion, power, and performance look like when unleashed. Bullett didn't just perform, it dominated, turning Brashernitz 2021 into an unforgettable moment in burnout history. Meet the Scania R999 Red Pearl, a stunning creation by Swedish designer Sven-Erik Svempa Bergendahl. What began as an ordinary Scania T500 was transformed into a jaw-dropping masterpiece after 5,000 hours of meticulous work. The result is a one-of-a-kind convertible show truck that seems built for summer parades, not hauling cargo. The exterior alone is pure artistry. Its body is finished in a triple-layer paint job, a silver base, a deep red midcoat, and a glossy clear coat that makes it shine like a gemstone. But the Red Pearl is more than just looks. Under its sleek hood sits a 16-liter V8 engine with twin turbos, producing around 1,000 horsepower. This heavyweight convertible can rocket from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 5 seconds, putting it firmly in sports car territory. Sure, it's completely impractical as a truck, but that's not the point. The Red Pearl is proof that sometimes vehicles exist not for utility, but simply to be drop-dead gorgeous. On the runway, a machine roars to life with flames shooting from its exhaust, sounding more like a fighter jet than a truck. This is Shockwave, a heavily modified Peterbilt 359 fitted with 3 Westinghouse jet engines. Neither a plane nor a race car, it's a semi-truck capable of reaching 605 km per hour, 376 miles per hour, a speed that defies imagination. With a staggering 36,000 horsepower, Shockwave doesn't compete against other trucks. Its true rival is aerodynamics itself. It set an incredible record by blasting through 402 meters in just 6.63 seconds, a feat that still stands today. Watching it thunder down the strip, outpacing even light aircraft, was a sight few could ever forget. Tragedy struck in 2022 when driver Chris Darnell lost his life in a crash, bringing an end to an era. Yet the legend of Shockwave continues through its successor, the Super Shockwave, built from a 1957 Chevy. Together, they stand as fiery reminders that the limits we believe in are only the ones we set for ourselves. Meet Thor 24, a custom-built beast that redefines what power on wheels really means. Ordinary trucks appear like toys next to this 13.4-meter-long, 13.6-ton mechanical giant. What makes it truly outrageous is what's under the hood. Not one, but 2 Detroit diesel engines, merged into a 24-cylinder powerhouse. With 12 superchargers pushing out a jaw-dropping 3,424 horsepower, Thor 24 isn't just loud, it's ground-shaking. One of its engineering highlights is the 2.6-meter-long, 120-kilogram custom driveshaft, a gleaming masterpiece that connects to a polished transmission and mirror-finished exhaust pipes. To manage all that mass and muscle, the truck features air suspension and even 4 parachutes for braking, since ordinary brakes wouldn't stand a chance. And if Thor 24 wasn't wild enough, its creator is already working on its successor, a more powerful monster aptly named Medusa. This 2015 Peterbilt 389 looks like it drove straight out of a classic hot rod poster. Built on a Fitzgerald glider kit, it's a perfect blend of raw power and flawless design. Under the hood sits a Detroit diesel engine, paired with a polished chrome transmission, ensuring that this rig performs every bit as good as it looks. The exterior styling is what truly makes it a rolling showpiece. Gleaming 20-centimeter Dynaflex exhaust stacks, classic-style headlights, a custom bumper, and a high-performance turbocharger give it that unmistakable hot rod flair. The craftsmanship extends inside, where the cabin has been repainted to match the exterior. With its glossy black upper trim accented by bright green details, the interior feels like a vintage hot rod cockpit, bold and stylish. Every accessory was custom built, from the chrome pedals to the polished hubcaps, making this truck one of a kind. The custom Peterbilt 389 isn't just transportation, it's a rolling style icon, built to impress on the road and cruise with unmatched confidence. The Volvo Iron Knight isn't just another heavy-duty machine, it's a record-breaking monster on wheels. Built in Sweden, this truck has earned the official FIA World Speed Record for trucks, leaving even high-performance sports cars trailing behind. It sprinted 500 meters in just 13.71 seconds and conquered 1,000 meters in 21.29 seconds, reaching a top speed of 276 kilometers per hour, 171 miles per hour. Despite its incredible performance, the Iron Knight is the size of a standard tractor unit. What makes it extraordinary is its construction. It weighs only 4.5 tons, thanks to a specially designed lightweight plastic body. Every part of its design screams speed and precision. The exhaust system alone is an engineering marvel, producing a thunderous roar that sounds more like a rocket launch than a truck. Add in the advanced aerodynamic ducts and futuristic styling, and you get a machine that looks, and performs, like it's from another era. Who knows? It might even shatter its own record someday. When a truck blasts past 200 kilometers per hour, 124 miles per hour, it stops being just a vehicle and becomes a true showcase of engineering brilliance. That's exactly what Australian speed enthusiast Rob Waters achieved with his custom-built truck, the Prospector. Designed to dominate the salt flats of Lake Gardner, this machine is a perfect mix of power, creativity, and Aussie spirit. At its heart lies a 13-liter Caterpillar engine, originally from a dump truck, modified to deliver a staggering 1,500 horsepower. Mounted behind the cab for optimal weight distribution, It's boosted by a Borg-Warner turbocharger that makes the chrome exhaust stacks roar like a symphony of speed. Adding a touch of humor, the fuel tank is a polished beer keg, proving Aussies never lose their sense of fun. Built in just 5 months, the Prospector stormed into the record books, hitting 228 kilometers per hour, 141 miles per hour, and setting Australia's national speed record for modified diesel trucks. Few trucks can command attention quite like this 2015 custom Peterbilt 389. Built on a Fitzgerald glider kit, it captures the spirit of a hot rod while retaining the muscle of a true American semi. Under the hood, a proven Detroit diesel engine paired with a chrome transmission keeps the powertrain as reliable as it is eye-catching. What really sets this truck apart is its immaculate styling. The exterior gleams with 20cm Dynaflex exhaust stacks, classic round headlights, a sleek bumper, and a turbocharger that ensures performance matches appearance. Every curve and finish feels deliberate, crafted to make the truck shine like a moving piece of art. Inside, the transformation continues. The interior was refinished to match the bodywork, featuring a high-gloss black upper cabin trimmed with bold green accents, a nod to vintage hot rod culture. From custom chrome pedals to polished hubcaps, every detail was hand-built to perfection. The Road Boss is not your typical truck. It looks more like a giant mechanical beast built to dominate arenas rather than highways. Created by a team of French engineers for the Cascaders Motor Show, this monstrous vehicle was designed with a single purpose: to crush cars into scrap metal while thousands of fans cheer in excitement. It's part truck, part stunt machine, and 100% destruction. Building the Road Boss took over 3,300 hours, and the result is staggering. Measuring 13 meters long, 3.5 meters tall, and 3.4 meters wide, it commands attention with sheer size alone. Its 10 massive wheels, each fitted with 1.6-meter tall tires, make it look like a colossal caterpillar crawling over anything unlucky enough to be in its way. Powering this beast are 2 diesel engines that work together to unleash 800 horsepower, more than enough to turn sedans into flattened wreckage in seconds. Completely useless on regular streets, the Road Boss wasn't built for practicality. In the stunt arena, however, it rules as the undisputed king of destruction. The name alone tells you everything you need to know: Murder Pete. This menacing rig looks like it was designed to dominate the highway with sheer intimidation. Its 25cm exhaust stacks roar like an enraged monster, while the skull mounted on the grille feels like a warning to anyone daring enough to stay in its path. Beneath its sinister exterior lies a classic Peterbilt 379, rebuilt to channel raw power and untamed aggression. The truck is driven by a massive high-performance engine paired with an 18-speed transmission, giving it both muscle and precision on the road. Inside, the theme of style meets menace continues. It's fitted with low-profile legacy seats, upholstered in a mix of cloth and leather, creating a cockpit that balances comfort with edge. But the true showstopper is the 3,600-watt sound system, complete with 4 thunderous subwoofers that can rattle windows and shake the ground. Murder Pete isn't just a truck. It's a rolling symphony of terror, style, and unstoppable presence. Legendary dirt track racer Scott Bloomquist, known as the Dominator of the Dirt, didn't just travel from race to race. He arrived in style worthy of a champion. His custom race car hauler, built by Texas-based Turnkey Industries, was far more than a trailer. It was a rolling palace designed to carry not only his car, but also his entire crew, with enough space and luxury to turn every trip into an experience. The hauler's sleek black exterior mirrors the design of Bloomquist's iconic Zero race car, creating an unmistakable presence wherever it goes. Step inside, and you'll find interiors that rival a luxury limousine or high-end RV. The trailer comes complete with a plush sleeper sofa, a well-stocked bar, an impressive sound system, and vibrant neon lighting that sets the mood. The Happy Toys truck is more than just a rig. It's a rolling icon of horror movie history. First seen in Maximum Overdrive, this Peterbilt with the wicked green goblin face etched into its grille has haunted fans' imaginations for decades. At the Carlisle Truck Nationals, a flawless replica appeared, and it instantly became the centerpiece of the show. During the night display, the truck transformed into pure spectacle. Flashing LEDs rippled with the music, making the goblin's glowing eyes and sinister grin look like they were ready to leap into the crowd. People didn't just watch, they felt like they were standing in the middle of a live movie scene. The performance didn't end with the lights. Its vintage two-stroke Detroit diesel roared with a sound so fierce it shook the ground, leaving veterans and newcomers alike in awe. Every detail, from the menacing grille to the thundering exhaust, was brought back to life. This truck is more than a replica, it's a legend reborn, reminding everyone why the Happy Toys rig will always be unforgettable. The DSD Transport Truck, a stunning 2003 Peterbilt 379, is proof that even the most modest beginnings can turn into something extraordinary. Originally just a leased workhorse, this rig was completely transformed by its owner, Don Wood, who runs the small but proud DSD transport fleet. The rebuild gave the truck a whole new personality. It now features a modern dashboard, a sleek flat spoiler, and a vibrant custom paint job that turns heads wherever it goes. Functionality wasn't forgotten either. This Peterbilt is equipped with a quick-draw Noga system, a sturdy Mack flatbed, and all the comforts needed for life on the open road. But what truly sets it apart is how the truck bridges utility with show-quality style. At the 2021 Walcott Trucker Jamboree, one of the most celebrated trucking events in America, it proudly took first place in its class. What began as an everyday lease truck is now a highway star and an award-winning showpiece. A shining example of the American dream on 18 wheels.
Go. Say I is mute. In London Vitamin Sanitary Satire like Quaining Valley Body Tative.
Must in of freedom, but Mike is a van tangents. Hatred minus doctor hate by so drove.
Got no need, but because parents of Vachmatan. Eat. Oh, John. Yeah. Just a guy lay. Birth gun in a ton.